Throughout the summer months, the British Showjumping Partnership International Stairway Series has literally taken us around the country with a whole host of top riders competing for very big prize money indeed. Paul Crago tops the table on 25 with about time. With 12 points for a win, it's so close. Anyone from 7th place could still yet come to the top.
I think it's quite a prestigious series, and we have Rob here looking at the results, and it's a good stepping stone for going into national shows and teams. It would be really nice to win it. We've had a couple of really good results, one or two unlucky results, but yeah, I'm in the lead at the moment, but we'll just have to see what happens later on.
Paul's nearest contender, Tim Davis and Valentino, winners down at the New Forest show. Points here are so crucial.
He's a little bit underrun at the moment. He's missed a few shows, so I'm going to start him and see how he goes. If he doesn't feel, I'm not going to just do it just for the sake of it. But he jumped very well yesterday, so fingers crossed he'll be on the ball today.
In front of a packed ring here at the Berkshire show, it was unfortunately 3 down on this occasion and 4 time faults for Tim Davis and Valentino, putting pay to their challenge.
I thought I was quicker than that. I thought I'd made up the time early on and that I could just be a bit more careful as I went round, and I obviously didn't judge it well.
A little further down the table is Philip Miller, last year's winner of the International Stairway Series, has got to pull something out the bag to take it though in 2012.
Not as good as last year, but still in contention. But I have to win today and let everyone else do rubbish, so it's going to be hard.
It is hard, but it's entirely possible. Philip Miller goes clear in round 1 with Kariti RZ on 18 points, and as we look down the table, Paul Crago out in round 1, so he finishes on a maximum of 30 points with about time. It's going to come down to the final jump-off. Tim Davis not through with Valentino, but through with Salome II on 5 points coming into the final round. Can't challenge for the top place in the series with this horse, but there's still £2,500 to the winner in each of the rounds, so they're certainly going to be trying. Course designed by Phil Ashworth from Oxfordshire, using every inch of the big ring here at the Royal County of Berkshire show, traditionally the final for the British Showjumping Partnership International Stairway. Many of the county shows emulating those big international rings that you find all across the world, which is why this series is so valuable. Back again, using the full length of the ring, testing every facet of the horses. From the galloping to the big jumping, over the last in 51.10 into the lead. A good clear from Tim Davis, Salome II. So double clear from them turns up the heat in this final round. Tim Davis leads. Can't win the series on that one, but can take the lion's share of the prize money, as we see. Packed house watching on. Keith Doyle, Walk Tall, winners of the Queen Elizabeth II Cup down at Hickstead back in July. This horse has developed again throughout the series. Keith, who's produced, well, a host of horses right the way through to the top. And now being able to ask a little more of this horse as it's gained in confidence, gained in skill throughout the season. Good round so far. Such a consistent jumper, this one. Now, the full use of the big ring here. An upright, then opening up the gas to the last. 51.10 leads the way, Tim Davis. It's going to be close. Over the last, well, in 49.54. It's quicker from Keith Doyle and Walk Tall. Another consistent round from them, double clear here in the final round in Berkshire. Remember from that table, 12 points here could make all the difference to those vying for that prize money and for the points they get for the ranking lists. Rob Hoekstra watching on then. Could Walk Tall feature as part of teams next year? We wait and see. Philip Miller, Kariti RZ, this the crucial round. If he could win, this takes him up to 30 points, equal with Paul Crago, and the points in the final round take precedence. So a win here would mean he wins the series. He didn't think he could get to the top, but he still could. Winner of the series last year. Could it be the first to go back-to-back? 49.54, the time to beat, the clear needed from Philip. Now's the time to show their true mettle. Down to the final line. It's going to be a run to the last that decides the series in 2012. Gonna be close on the clock, it's looking good. Over the last, well in, 48.49, it's good enough. It's over a second ahead of the fields. Philip Miller and Karichi Arzed go to the top of the table and lifts them up to the top of the series. However, one more to come. If she can win, she prevents Philip from taking the title in 2012. It's a little chilly at the moment, but it is the end of the summer. But the competition is certainly hot. Final combination, Sammy Coffin, Willem Deluxe. Winners in the series also this year. A win here gives the series to Paul Crago. Or a fence down here gives the series to Philip Miller. She's chasing the £2,500 on offer for the win here. It's gone. That's it then, makes all the difference. She's now chasing the prize money for the top few. Doesn't want to have another one, but the series itself going to Philip Miller. Sammy Coffin, all the way up from Cornwall, is another one to prove themselves in 2012 as a potential international combination. Onward bound to the last. Time isn't going to really be a factor either. It's the one fence down that makes all the difference though. 53.16 is a touch slower on the clock as well. So it's fourth place overall for Sammy Jo Coffin and Willem Deluxe. But the series winner, Philip Miller and Karichi Arzed. It came down to the battleground of Berkshire to decide 2012, right to the wire. This was the fence that made all the difference. One fence down for Sammy Jo Coffin. That's the final result then from the final round. Philip Miller wins it, Karichi Arzed. Keith Doyle consistent as ever in second spot with Walk Tall, and Tim Davis clear as well with Salome II finishing in third. Rob Herkstra coming forward to present to Philip Miller, a double presentation for him, not only winning here the final leg at the Royal County of Berkshire show, but then also to be presented with the series win, which also carries with it a £10,000 ranking bonus. So that could lift him right at the ranking points and see many more international invites. Well done, double win for Philip Miller. And the first of the riders ever to win the series back-to-back. The British Showjumping International Stairway Series concludes for 2012 with Philip Miller at the top of the table on equal points with Paul Crago, but that final round, the 12 points there, making all the difference, and very close as well between third and fourth.
That was good. I'll leave it to the last minute, but you know, I kept ringing down saying he has to win it, because I ended up same points as Paul, because then I won today, which is the final. I ended up top of the table. Sprint 2 years on the trot's good, but it's the sort of the same group, you know, that do the counter shows, and you know, we all need the counter shows to develop. And I think a horse, if they can go in them counter show rings, you've got a good one, because the foreign shows, even though they're more technical, bigger, it's not, some you don't get an atmosphere like a big counter show. So, you know, if you can get one that goes in and doesn't mind, you're well away.